being recorded.
Okay, so what I do have to say is we are getting an increasing number of schools which are um, um, explicitly Catholic religious in their outlook and in the people, the families which they cater to. Okay, I was not sure about this before, but we've had some guys in those schools for the last 6 months. They've been very, very happy. They were both Australians. They have not been forced to take part in anything which made them feel uncomfortable. Um, they felt that the messages being given were, just kind of living together. They were very positive. They got to experience a lot of really good things. But anyway, nobody will be forced to go to any situation which might compromise their values. All right. But think about this, especially if your idea was to go to Madrid, which is a new possibility. They would be some of these more strictly Catholic schools, quite urban. Well, quite urban. They're around Madrid, on the outskirts, quite kind of wealthy neighborhoods. So it's not Madrid city centre, obviously very well connected to the city centre by metro and so on. Okay. So if anybody thinks again, well, actually, yeah, I would like that, that experience, they're going to be far more like an Australian or New Zealand school because they're going to be places with, where they wear uniforms, where there's a lot of extracurricular activities, a lot of sports and so on. Okay. But nice families. I've got to say this, nice families. What do I mean by nice families? One of the families had a boat. Right. Okay. So it was moored in Valencia, in the port, in the marina. And one weekend, the volunteer said to the family, well, I think I'm going to go and stay in Valencia this weekend with my friends because I want to go out and party. They said, here's the keys to the boat. Go and sleep on the boat. No problem. However long you want. Not all families have boats or swimming pools, but, good people. All right. Okay. I've taken note. Obviously, you want to go to Bilbao, you're going to Bilbao. You want to go to Vitoria, you're going to Vitoria. You want to go to the Montessori school. I don't have the names here. You're going to the Montessori school out in Zamora. Okay, so those three absolutely certain. Just waiting for the letters from there. So you three will be absolutely fine. The rest of you, as I say, I'm just assigning at the moment, and tomorrow is the final day. Okay, so we're going to go through right now. We're going to go through the documents which you really need to be preparing. If you're one of the German volunteers who is coming through via, I'd like to say thank you very much because your documents are coming through the references. You already sent your letter of introduction. You're also, you've sent me great photographs, medical certificates, police certificates, everything I need. So don't worry if you are through via, okay? You're fine, but you Australians and some of you New Zealanders, I do need those letters of reference as soon as possible. And particularly for you guys who are going to need visas, the visa people, that's New Zealand, Canada, UK, and Australia, you better start getting your papers together. So we're going to be going over some of the things right now. First thing I wanted to show you here was our school year calendar. Now, if you can imagine, Spanish schools they break up for vacations in the next 2 weeks. They still do not have their official school year calendar for September. So they still do not know exactly what date they will be starting. Okay, this is just very typical Spanish. We'll get round to it and we'll let you know. But let me show you a few things here. When we talk about the school calendar, okay, when we talk about the school calendar, which starts in September, the first thing is that this is for Castile and Leon. This is the area right in the center of right in the center of Spain. And as you can see, in September, this was last year. Okay, so as you can see from here, on the 7th, the 13th, the 19th, and even the 26th, these are the different dates that different levels of schools begin. So it might be kindergarten, primary, secondary, and then vocational training, because you might find any of those things at some of the schools. Not everybody starts the same, okay? Not everybody starts the same. Now, I have asked you to arrive last Thursday, sorry, the second or the third Friday, let's say second Thursday or third Friday of September, okay, which will be the 12th or the 13th, depending on how far you're traveling from, and we will meet in Madrid. However, if you are not able to make it and you have to come a week later or even 2 weeks later, this is not a problem. Okay? It is not a problem at all. The same way, if you decide you want to come before and travel for a week or a couple of weeks, absolutely fine. Initially, we'll meet in Madrid, we'll go over that. When we look at the school calendar, I want you to see which days you would be working and which days you would not be working. As you know, normally you'll be working Monday to Thursday. We've arranged this with the schools. You're Monday to Thursday, and Fridays are free. So on Fridays, if you want to go to the gym, you want to meet other volunteers, you want to travel, okay, use Fridays to do that. But please don't come and say, well, I'd like the Monday off as well because it's more expensive to come back on a Sunday. I can't give you that permission. You can speak about it at school, but if you wanted to take a Monday off, because maybe you're going somewhere a bit further, my suggestion is you would then offer to work the following Friday. Okay, so depending on the actual the way that they have assigned classes to you into your timetable, you will have to decide whether it is convenient or not. All right, to ask for a Monday, but normally it's Monday to Thursday when you'll be at the school. On Fridays, if you're not doing anything, I will ask you, offer to go into the school. Okay? Friday, you do anything. It's a day you want to go to the gym, you want to go and have your hair done, you want to meet other volunteers for a cup of coffee, you want to go to a museum. That's absolutely perfect. That is enough justification to take Fridays off. But if you say, I'm just going to sleep in and wake up at 11 and then, just chill out at home. I tell you something, families, Spanish families don't like this. They don't like that at all. Okay. We're all going out and you're sleeping in. So use your Fridays well. Use your Fridays well. Another thing you will see here on our calendar, you will see some dates. So when we get to October, and you can see October the 12th. Now, October the 12th is actually a bank holiday. That means it's a national holiday. Now, this was last year, not this year. So you can see it said the 12th was a holiday in red. And then the 13th, which was a Friday, is in green. And that's what they call in Spanish a puente. It's a puente, it's a bridge. So that means when a holiday, a national holiday or a regional holiday is on a Thursday or on a Tuesday, it means you can normally take the next day off or the previous day off. Okay, so that means you get a longer weekend. Those cases, the 12th of October is a national holiday. In Valencia, the 9th of October is also a bank holiday. In Spain, everywhere in Spain, the 1st of November is a national holiday. Okay. which means, for example, last year, because the national holiday, the bank holiday was on a Wednesday, it meant that people took the Monday and the Tuesday off. In fact, they had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost a 6-day holiday, right? Which is pretty good. It's pretty good, right? December, the 6th and the 8th are holidays. So the 7th is always a day off too, right? Which means if you were lucky enough to take the whole week off to travel, I think most schools would say that's fine. There's no problem, right? When you come to December, normally you want to travel if you're going home to the United Kingdom, if you're going to Germany, for example, you'd be absolutely fine anytime after around the 17th of December, so the whole week before Christmas. If you find it's going to be cheaper to travel, then no problem at all. Just tell the school, okay? Normally, there's not a lot of school work gets done that last week. You know, it's the Christmas service and singing carols and other stuff like that. So don't worry about that. And then you have a very long holiday until at least the 9th of January. Until the 9th of January, because Spain has, in Spain, we have three big dates. We have Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, the 24th. We have New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then the 6th of January. Okay, so that's like the Orthodox, the Greek or Russian Christmas, right? So that means that things don't finish until at least 7th, 8th, or 9th of January. So that's when you should be looking to come back to the school, right? So you will have a lot of time to travel. If you decide that you want to stay with the family over Christmas, that's something you have to agree with them. You have to agree with them because they might have plans to travel to another part of the country to spend Christmas. So it's not absolutely guaranteed, right? I know a number of people did last year and they were very happy. I know a number of people got together to spend Christmas together, which was also good for them. All right. You don't have to leave Spain. You'll find lots of different things that you can do. And then we get on to January, February, March, April. January, you will see here 12th and 13th, sorry, February. 12th, 13th, every year this changes. This is Carnival or Mardi Gras, okay? Shrove Tuesday. In England, we eat pancakes, all right? So whatever date that is going to be in 2025, you have those days off as well. So again, that's a very long weekend. Depending on where you are, you might like to see how that carnival is celebrated where you're living. Okay, so long weekend there. March, normally towards the end of March, we have the Easter holidays. You will have to check that up. That will be about 10 days holiday. And obviously, if you're in Valencia from the 15th of March, it is the Fallas Festival. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to go anywhere. But next year, I know that the Fallas Festival is going to really coincide with Easter again. So it's going to be a very long holiday, almost 3.5 weeks. Okay. Wherever you are in Spain, Holy Week, Semana Santa, is quite a big celebration. So my advice is don't miss it. Right. And then starting in April, you will find if you're in Victoria, for example, the whole last week of April is a local festival. If you're in Castile and Leon, that is in Zamora. The people going to the Montessori school in Salamanca. In Valladolid, you'll find that the 23rd is also a regional holiday. So all different times during the year, you would find that are regional holidays, which people might not even tell you about. Okay, so I can tell you also the last day, 29th of January, is also a bank holiday. but only for teachers. Okay, so schools closed then. And as you get on February, March, April, May, you'll find there's more and more kind of local festivities or festivals, meaning that you do have days off. What I'm trying to say is the days you go to school, Monday to Thursday, um, concentrate your hours there, concentrate your hours there, be available. Okay. You via people, you're being asked to spend 18 hours a week in class. The people from Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Zimbabwe, you're on 16 hours in class, right? There's 16 hours in class, but I would like you all to spend at least 20 hours at school, okay? That means, you're sitting in the staff room between classes. You're listening. You're maybe, joining in. Maybe there's a sports event you can help organize. I want you to make yourselves available. Okay. So let's imagine you've got class at 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock, then you haven't got anything till half 11. And you say, well, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to go back home and wash my hair or watch the latest episode of, Peaky Blinders on my tablet. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. Stay at school, please. Okay. You can pop out and have a coffee. That's absolutely fine. But stay at school. You're working with the teachers, with the group of teachers, and they're there, all right, for their full stint. They want you to be part of their group. Right? You will have plenty of time off in the afternoons and evenings to go and do your stuff. All right. So that's our calendario escolar. We will have that in July when we have our formal orientation. This is informal orientation. We're still just informing. Right. So our formal orientation starts first week of July. It's Monday to Friday. I will need you all to be available, please. Okay. As regards your application, okay, remember, I need your application form. Have you sent me your application form via people you have? Other people, if you received a full application form, you must send it back to me, please. It has all the information that's on your online form, but I would like you to fill that in too. Have you sent me a nice photograph? Yep. Max, your nice photograph is not fantastic. All right. You know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna call anybody out, but I will call out Max because he's, like all of you, you just look great, fresh. When I see you here, you look like just the sort of people I would want at my school. And yet Max's photograph, yeah, you know. Max, let me suggest you send me one of you in your hockey outfit or something like that. Okay. So a nice photograph. Um, Personal introduction letter. Yep, I've had that from most of you in English. Hi, my name is, Julie, and I'm from Germany. Okay, excellent. I'd love to come to Spain and talk about your hobbies. Maybe also talk about, I'm a vegetarian. I don't like dogs. So stuff like that. Your health and support form. I've had that back from everybody. The terms and conditions. I've had that from everybody. Passport. Send me, please. All you Germans, I've got your passports. Everybody else, if you have not sent me a copy of your updated and valid passport, please do this immediately. Okay. There's one of the most important things. Without the passport, I can't get you an offer letter. You will need an offer letter for the visa. Okay. So make sure you're sending me through all these things within the next week, please. When you are accepted, okay, you are all accepted. I've got to tell you, you are all accepted at this moment. Okay. I need from you police certificates. So wherever you are, I know via, don't worry. Okay. You're absolutely fine for all these things because you've sent them to me. But everybody else from other countries, you need to get a valid police certificate from your country. All right. You need an international medical certificate. What's the difference between an international medical certificate and a normal medical certificate? An international medical certificate will say that you have none of those nasty, contagious, infectious diseases which would prevent you traveling abroad. The doctor will know exactly what to write down, and that's enough. Okay, you go to the doctor, look, I need an international medical certificate because I'm going to be a volunteer abroad for the next 6, 9, 12 months, and I'd like an international medical certificate, which specifically mentions none of the, contagious infectious disease. Okay, you're generally in good health. I don't need an analysis. I don't need bone scans, chest scans, TB, or anything like that. I don't need vaccination certificate. But go and get that. Book an appointment and get it, please. Okay. Same thing with the police certificate. Insurance. All you good people from VIA, you Germans, I will be sent your insurance by Dr. Okta or Dr. Varna, very good insurance company. Absolutely perfect. So I don't need that from you. But the other guys, you are going to have to look for insurance to cover you whilst you are in Spain. This is not travel insurance. Okay. I will send you information if you need it. Okay. You can look when you start applying for the visa. You can look online in the Spanish consulate. They will tell you this is health insurance, and this will cost you approximately 40 euros a month. Okay. The difference between travel insurance and health insurance is that health insurance covers you for everything. So this morning I have a slightly croaky voice. If I was a hypochondriac, I would go to the doctor. He would see me or she would see me for free. I wouldn't have to pay anything. They might give me a prescription. I go to the chemist and buy my spray or something like this, or my throat lozenges, and that would be absolutely perfect. That is free with my health insurance. If it's travel insurance, I would only be covered for things like accidents or theft, or if I was gravely injured and had to return home. Okay, so it's really for emergency treatment. That's the difference between travel insurance and health insurance. Okay, we don't sell insurance. I can send you recommended companies if and when you need it, but it's approximately 40 euros a month. Okay, make sure that if you apply for health insurance, your medical insurance, that it gives you the option to maybe take it out for 6 months. And if you decide to extend, you can extend the insurance policy. Okay. Also, make sure that if for any reason your visa was denied, okay, that if for any reason your visa was denied, that you would get a refund. That is normally the case. Okay, and finally, references. I've got loads of references from many, many good German people. Very few references for good people, the good people from Australia, New Zealand, UK, etc. Okay, so 2 references, please. Get your referees to send them straight to me. Okay, you ask your referee, give them the form, which I've sent out to all of you, and ask them to send them to me. Leah, your hand is up. Let's take
Yes,
a rest. Yes.
I have one question. We are already made us send a medical certificate. Is it the same as the international medical certificate, or should we look into that as well?
No, if you're from Germany, then your certificate is absolutely perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
The only thing I would say to our German and our UK applicants is get the European health card, please. The European health card from your local health authority. In the UK, this is now called the Global Health Card, and it comes from your local or national health authority or health service. They will give this to you. It is free and it will cover you. Okay, it will cover you for everything you need in Spain. Even though the United Kingdom has left the European Union, this is still valid. Okay. Okay, Julius.
So yeah, my question is, I don't know, maybe you have already received one of my references, but I changed one of my referees. I hope that's not a problem.
No, it doesn't matter, no problem.
All right.
As long as they say something nice to you, you know, that's all we need. So don't worry about that. Okay. Oh, Julian, somebody else. Julie, raise your hand, please.
Yeah, also another question about the referees. So by the form you mentioned, do you mean the contact data of the referees, or another form?
I sent everybody a form which they could send to their referees, and the referees have been sending them back to me.
All right, okay.
If you didn't receive that, if anybody doesn't receive that, I can send you the form right now, actually.
This would be perfect because I'm not sure right now.
Okay, no problem. Let me just open this up and I'll send it through. Okay, so everybody, here's our character reference form. You can download that. Okay, so I need 2 of them, please.
Thank you very much.
For everybody. Okay. I'll be reading through them, of course. You know, I don't want to see some, everybody thinks that every referee is good, but not everybody. In fact, I had to send somebody a reference which was not so good the other day. Anyway, it was not great. Sebastian, we can't hear you, mate.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Are these forms conditional on us receiving our offer letter, or can we get that before and then get the reference to you after?
Yeah, you can get the reference to me after. Just make sure you're in contact with people who are going to give you a good reference, please.
Yeah, of course. Great. Thank you.
Okay. You'll get your offer letter will say subject to health checks, visa, and payment of invoice and references. Okay. So of course, yeah, we understand that. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Josh. Cheers.
Okay. You'll be getting your letter tomorrow. Okay. Okay, good. Our arrival is going to be the 12th or 13th of September. Let's check that again. That is the 12th or 13th of September. So basically, the 12th is a Thursday. The 13th is a Friday. Okay. And if you are coming a long way, then come on the 12th and rest. Okay. If you're coming on the 13th, Friday, if you're coming from Germany, United Kingdom, that's absolutely fine. Okay. What I want to do is make sure that on the 13th, midday, we're all together in Madrid. We'll go out for lunch, go out for a walk, go and see a Spanish supermarket. All right. Hang out in the evening, Saturday morning. We talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing. We then go for lunch again, go and have some tapas or something fancy. You've then got Saturday afternoon free, Saturday evening free. We'll have a bit of a chat on the Sunday morning on the 14th, on the 15th, and then you will all travel off to your individual placements, okay, on the 14th. So there's going to be 2 days. We're going to hostel, 2 meals, breakfast included. Don't book until you have your offer, please. Don't book until you have your offer. It might seem that prices are just going up and up and up, but just wait until you got an offer before you book your trip to Madrid, unless you are the sort of person who says, well, I don't mind if I get there a few days early. I want to travel. Great hostels in Madrid. There's the TOC hostel, TOC, TOC. There's the Generator hostel, which I think we're going to be staying at. Absolutely brilliant, right in the middle of town. So, yeah, I mean, you can book before if you wanted to arrive before. Absolutely no problem. Okay, there's a cost to the orientation for the accommodation and the meals, which is 150 if you are coming for 3 nights. and it's 100 if you're just coming for 2 nights. Okay, VIA people, German people, let me check this out first with VIA to see who has to pay for your orientation costs. Everybody else will have to. Okay. Obviously, what happened last year is we spent a little bit less than the money. So people paid in 150 euros. It was actually a little bit less. And we used that money to then subsidize a trip to, I think it was to Valencia a few months later, you know. And anything else, you know, would be kind of then distributed back to you if you'd paid too much for that. Right. Travel from Madrid will be by high-speed train to your final destination. Okay, that's September. Orientation. This is our important thing because I guarantee your orientation is going to open your eyes and is going to give you some great ideas. Okay, so this is going to be on July the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Spanish time, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is Monday to Friday. Okay, we're going to be talking about the program. We're going to be talking about the schools. That is really important, about the schools and about family life, because this program has got 3 important things. It is you, number 1, the schools, number 2, the family, number 3. Okay, so those are really, really important sessions. Those sessions will be recorded and they're actually on YouTube from last time. You'll be able to see them. Okay, let's have Sebastian, some questions from you. A question.
No, I don't have a question.
You don't? Okay, this is great. What's up? You put your hand up and it's like recognized you. You do this and it says something else. Okay, Handenur,
sorry.
please. No problem. Okay, Handenur, your question, please.
I wanted to ask if this orientation is for all volunteers, because it's exactly on these days that we have an orientation with VIA, so some of us, and I don't know if it will be possible for me to attend both orientation sessions on these days.
Well, I mean, the problem is actually that if we don't do it, that is the only week that we can do it. Ask VIA. I will ask VIA too. All right, if you can be excused from doing that. Okay. But they're
Okay.
I will record them and you can watch them online, but you must promise you'll watch the whole 2-hour video. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Alex.
I have 2 questions. The first one is about the references, is that I think they're sending them to me. So is it right if I forward them on to you?
Oh, yeah, as long as they've got contact details. All right.
Okay. And is it one of them I might have to print off because he's a bit older? So should I print it off, scan it, and then underneath have his email address and things for you?
Great idea. Great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And then with the orientation, it's exactly these days as well that I'm in Malaga.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, you know, in the evening or during the siesta time, you know, instead of flicking through your Instagram or watching something on Disney, then you go back and watch the recordings here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. No problem. Hannah.
Hi, I also just wanted to let you know that I have the VIA meeting from the 1st to 3rd July, like Hannah has. And also I have another question. Is it possibly okay if I leave the meeting at 12? Because I have another meeting. Is that okay for you?
You mean today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Okay, just wanted to let you know. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Julius.
Yeah, I think July 3rd will be hard for me to participate because I'm gonna be in Münster in Germany for a police test, and I can't just cancel that.
Well, all right, but you'll have to watch them online. Okay, you have to watch
Okay.
them online. Go on then. Zara, hello.
Hi, I just wanted to check because I'm not going until January. Should I still attend this orientation?
If you've got time, all right. If you've got
Okay.
time, and you want to come and see what's going on, you're absolutely welcome. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You don't have to come to all of them. You can come to a couple. I'd say that the really important ones are number 2 and number 3. Okay. The schools and family life.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Zara. All right, lovely. And Jade and Lucky.
Hi, yeah, how are you?
I'm well. Go on.
Good, good, good. I was just wondering, are these times in Spanish time?
They most definitely are the Spanish time.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Perfect. Thought so, but just thought we'd double check. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. We'll also have bonus sessions for you, people coming from outside the EU about visas and also about ideas for class. Okay. Right. Now, say this about class. Our basic model from now is that we are asking our volunteers to focus on oral practice, okay? And the oral practice actually means working with smaller groups, okay? So you would be less of the time would be devoted to entire complete class activities, and more will be devoted to smaller group activities, right? Which is just going to be easier for you to handle, all right? But we do, that bonus session will be about class ideas, and the other bonus will be about visas, which is only for people who are not the non-German people, okay? We'll have a number of sessions about those. I'd like to have one tomorrow, in fact, okay? Especially for Max and for Sebastian, all right? But anybody else is free. So tomorrow, it'll be a little bit later because I'm a bit busy tomorrow to talk about visas and the papers, all right? So, VIA people, I tell you what, VIA people, you are welcome to leave right now. The only thing I did want to tell you about VIA people very quickly, like in 2 minutes now, 2 minutes. At the moment in Spain, you can get lots of discounts if you're under 30. All right. So right now, I'm seeing people can get for the whole summer, starting now until the end of September, you get 90% discount on all transport in Spain. Okay. The government has issued some kind of special bonus voucher discount thing. All right. So when you come, I will let you know how that works. Okay. Transport is great in Spain. Transport is cheap, clean, and safe. All right. Public transport and fast. So, you just got to believe you can go like listen to this. My son, who's 18, he's going to go 580 kilometers, high speed train, going to take him 3 hours to go 580 kilometers. It's going to cost him 30 euros. All right. This is like state of the art, the most modern train system anywhere, really, really comfortable. So you get really cheap and safe transport, okay, in Spain. But we need to know what are the different websites you have to maybe buy a voucher to get around, all right? And they will be valid until the end of the year. Coach bus transport is absolutely fantastic too. Okay, he's bought a voucher. He has to go to the north of Spain. We're in Valencia. So he's doing an overnight trip. He paid 60 euros, gives him unlimited journeys from Valencia up to Bilbao, okay, from now until the end of September too, and so he's going to be going a good few times. So all these kind of things. Another thing you have to look into, you German people, because you're in Europe, and Alex, is, oh, I haven't got it. Phone. Okay, phones. So make sure that your phone company is going to give you a good roaming, okay, is going to give you a good roaming deal with your data. That way you don't have to get a local number. You can keep your SIM card. Just make sure that you've got data so that you can use WhatsApp. Okay, everybody in Spain uses WhatsApp. It's the best way to keep in touch. And then also, if you need an online bank, obviously Open Bank, N26, Revolut, Wise, that's another one. You know, you can use that all over the place if you need money to be transferred to you. Okay, so those are for you. So you guys can leave unless you have more questions. Julie, you got another question for me?
Yeah, it's about the personal introduction. So you just need a small text about me, or like, what is it exactly? I didn't quite get it.
Absolutely. Imagine you are writing a letter to the school and say, hi, my name's Julie.
Okay.
They know nothing about you except the excellent report I have given to them of your interview and the other details I have. But they want something a bit more personal. So a perfect introduction or presentation letter would be, you know, some things about yourself, what you studied, your family, where you live, some of your likes, dislikes, hobbies, things you do in the spare time, why you're coming to Spain, and then add a couple of photographs in there, okay? Of doing things, not at, you know, the Oktoberfest drinking beer or something like that, right? So,
All right. Okay, thank you very much.
okay, and Jade and Lucky, yes.
Another question, just in terms of the online banks, do you recommend that we use one of these ones, or if our bank from Australia is applicable?
If, you know, if they can offer something, but I tell you what,
Yeah, okay, cool.
Wise, which is available in Australia, seems to work very well in Spain too. That's Wise, W-I-S-E. Okay,
Okay.
because you can have
Thank you.
you can have your accounts with multiple currencies. So you just ask them online to open a euro account for you, and it's perfectly valid.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, and Handanua.
I just wanted to know concerning the European health card, which you mentioned. Is it necessary for via people? Because I didn't really get if it's just when you're from the UK or also for the via applicants.
Yeah, I would say it's even more important for via applicants. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so try and get it. The reason being, you don't have to do anything if you need medical support or medical advice. All right. If you're using your insurance, you have to tell the insurance company, you know, they have to authorize things. And even though you are covered, I just think the European health card is a better option.
Okay.
Okay. Blisana.
Hi.
Hi.
So with my Polish passport, we're not actually gonna get them. The paperwork's taking longer than we thought. So I'm not actually gonna get it to like midway next year. So I will have to do the visa thing. But my passport's expired. So we've put in the paperwork and got a new one, but it's gonna take like 6 weeks to get here. Can I just email you the scan when it gets here? Or do you want my old one as well?
No, I mean, well, that is, yeah, we'll have to wait to get you the offer letter or have to reissue the offer letter. That's an important thing. And I do want you to know, okay. Okay. Sorry, just one thing. I do want you to know that if anybody has a delay with their visa, if anybody breaks a toe or gets bitten by a dog before they come, and you say, I can't come until the beginning of October, mid-October, whatever, there is no problem. We will wait for you. Okay? if your visa is delayed, we will wait for you. That means to say, yes, people will arrive 12th, 13th of September, and then we will set a second date, which might be the first week of October, let's say, 3 weeks later. And if there's still people who are not able to travel, then we'll set another date, maybe the third week of October. Okay, so second week of September, first week of October, third week of October. Any problems, any delays, you will not be. You'll still be part of the program. Okay, so don't worry about that.
Okay. And with the durations, when do we figure out how long we're staying there? Is it like when we get there?
No, let me do this. Via people, you good people from Germany, you can go now, okay? Because we're going to just talk about visas for a couple of minutes. Okay.
All right.
So,
bye.
Handener and Julie and Julius and Lynn and other good people. Please go, Leah. All right. And you other good people stay. All right. When it comes, there's two things to realize. Okay. First of all, normally they issue the visas in 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. Every visa, every consulate you contact in the UK, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, oh, it's impossible, we can't do it, there's nobody here. Somebody's off, the person who signs the visas is sick, can't be done, nobody speaks English, we can't do this, we can't, always. Okay, so you get an idea. Last year, just before Christmas, people submitted visas on the 20th of December and they traveled, okay, on the 20th of January. So, that's not a problem. When you have to go through the visa process, which is absolutely necessary if you do not have an EU passport, okay, we just have to go through it. Okay. Now, if you need, I'm talking about having all your offer letters in the next 10 days. But what you have to do now, and I will send you out information tomorrow, which is updated about the visa process. But if you want to look at your local Spanish consulate, it is done through the consulate. And if they ask you to book an appointment, well, book it now, because it'll probably be in 3 or 4 weeks' time. The important thing is to get your application underway. So these are the documents you're going to need. I'm going to go through them again, and we're going to talk about how long for. Okay. Some of you have asked for 6 months, which is absolutely fine. Some of you have asked for 9 months, which is absolutely fine. Some of you have asked for 12 months, which is also absolutely fine. It depends on you. The differences are, basically, if you're applying for a 9-month visa, you're going to have to take out a 9-month insurance policy, which means 9 by 40, that's 360 euros. Okay, so it's a little more expensive. If you applied for a 6-month visa, that's 6 by 40, 240 euros. Okay, we're talking about outlay. You also have to show that you have financial means. If you want to stay for 12 months, you have to show that you have access to money, to funds, which would support you for 12 months, right? I am happy to issue an offer letter for 6, 9, or 12 months, whatever you prefer, okay? So you should tell me, because it will affect the amount on the invoice which you're being asked to pay when you are confirmed, right? And those will be going out quite soon, since you're all confirmed, since you're all accepted. So just think about that. What I'm asking all the schools to do is to review at 6 months, okay? So it's 6 months at Easter, basically. So come until Christmas until Easter. Then I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to the school. if you're feeling that I've done my 7 months now, September, October, November, December, January, March, April, well, January, February, March, April, I've done 7, 8 months. I'm feeling good. I've done my bit. Now I'd like to go and do the Camino de Santiago, or go and spend my time doing festival work or something like this for the last month or 2 months. Let me know. I don't want anybody to feel that they are being forced to stay at a placement where they think they've seen what they want to see and now they want to go on and do other stuff. Okay? That's the first thing. As regards the length of the placement. The second thing is we do not have the possibility of extending visas anymore. Okay? So if you think you want to stay for longer, then it is best to go for a 9 or 12-month visa. Okay? If you get a 6-month visa and decide you want to stay on for 2 months, nothing will happen to you. But you would probably, it would be advisable not to leave Spain and travel around Europe in those last 2 months. Okay? You probably want to stay in Spain. Right? We've had people, their visas have expired. You know, by a few weeks, they decided to stay on. No problem at all. Okay. So these are the things you're going to need for your visa. And we'll have another a special session with this tomorrow. You let me know when it's good for you. I think noon, which would be right now, tomorrow, I will introduce you to the visa process if that is good for you. But here's a short explanation. One, you have to get a visa application form that's available on the website of the consulate. 2, your passport, which must be valid for at least 6 months. You cannot begin the visa process without a valid passport. Okay? Student ID or driver's license or something which shows that you live in the area which is covered by that consulate. So in Australia, there are 3 consulates: Melbourne, I believe it's Melbourne, Brisbane, and Adelaide, I believe. Okay. And you have to show that you live in the area from which you are applying. So I say student ID or driver's license. Okay. Passport size photo, original letter of acceptance from us, which I will send to you, original letter of acceptance from the school, which I will send to you, a letter from the insurance company showing that you will have, or you have booked a valid insurance policy to cover you for that time, proof of your financial means during the stay. Okay, that is basically a bank statement showing that you have a bank account which contains the equivalent of 650 euros per month that you intend to stay. So if you wanted to stay 12 months, you would have to demonstrate that you have 7,800 euros, 12 by 650, about that, 7,800 euros to your name in a bank account, which you can access. They won't check up month by month. So, you know, if it was a case, well, I've got 5,000 saved up, I'd just ask somebody, my grandparents or my mum or my rich uncle, to transfer another 4,000. And I promise I'll give it back to you as soon as I've made the copy of the statement. Okay. The other possibility is that your parents send you a letter which has to be notarized saying that, yes, I agree that I have this money, and ask your parents to show their financial situation, and that they promise to support you if in need whilst you're here. I think that is more complex. All right. Old days, it was much more complicated. Now they will accept online statements as well, so it's a little bit easier. Okay. It says we only accept complete applications, original documents, and copies of each, all pages with the picture, oh gosh, your passport, including a copy of your passport with all pages, okay? They want to see every page of your passport. But you also have to send in the original. So when you send in your passport, you will not have access to your passport until the visa is issued back to you, because it's literally printed in the passport. Right? You then have to see the fees. I don't know. They change them constantly. How much are the fees? $160. That is normal in the United States. You will have to check with your local consulate how much are they charging you. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. They will also ask for a police record check and also a doctor's statement. Okay. This is what I said, the doctor's statement or the medical certificate. So this, we can go over this again tomorrow. Sebastian did point out that if you're applying for a visa for 6 months or less, they should not request these two things, okay? They should not request these two things. However, the person who handles your visa application might not actually have read this, okay? And says, well, no, you have to send these in. And it might be more trouble to actually kind of appeal against their decision. They're asking for you to supply these documents. It might be more trouble than it's worth, okay? So apply to get them anyway. If you're applying for 6 months or less, you can send in the visa application. Just be mindful that they might well ask for these things, okay? So you can go about getting them now, because I don't know in different countries how long it takes to get a police record check. Here it takes about 20 minutes. All right. And you will be doing this, a police record check. As soon as you get here, I'll be taking you into the police. First day. It'll take us about 40 minutes for the whole lot of you. So it's very easy. And other places it's not. And then translations as required. Okay. Each consulate is absolutely free to say, we want translations of these documents done by an official translator. We work with, well, we don't work with, but I've been passed a recommendation of a very good, very fast, economic, rather cheap translator in Australia. Okay. I believe that in New Zealand, they don't ask for translations. In the United Kingdom, they will be able to recommend a translator who they will accept the application from. Okay, so these are the important things. Once you get here, we have to get you an ID number, which is taking exactly the same documents in again to the police here. Okay, make sure you keep copies of everything. Don't worry about that. I will do that for you. And then we're talking about all the discounts when you get here. Okay, brilliant. So there we are. Yeah, that's it for the moment. Any questions so far? Oh, Zara, yes, hello there.
Hi, I was wondering, would you like me to start getting all of these documents together now, even though I'm not going for a little while? It's best to start, or?
I would say not, because actually the documents must have all these documents have a maximum validity of 90 days. So if you got everything now, you'd then have to go and do it again. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We will be having a similar session around midway through October. So for all the people arriving in January.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Other thing is, now I'm just looking at you, Alex, Blisana, Max, Lucky, Alexandra, and Sebastian. Okay, look at your faces, look at each other's faces. I think with the exception of Lucky and Jade, the rest of you will almost certainly be in Valencia or around Valencia. That's including you, Alex. I originally said Valladolid, but it is a lot more. Yeah, it's just a lot more probable because we had so many schools in Valencia asking for people. All right. And Zara, you want to come to Valencia too? You'll be very welcome. Okay, so the Valencia area, that is within, I'm going to say within 1 hour travel time of Valencia city. Max and Sebastian are very lucky. They're going to be 4 metro stops. Wow, 4 metro stops right from where I am sitting today. You can come by and have coffee anytime you like. Okay. We've also been asked in Valencia if we will help participate in events. You know, if you'd like to do a sponsored run, if you'd like to do all sorts of other things. So that's one of the reasons I would like some of you to be centered on Valencia, in Valencia. And Lucky and Jade, I'll know by next week where you're going to be, somewhere in the north. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So I will send you out. I'm going to stop now. Okay. We also have lovely, very, very nice name drop here. Sheena coming in from Canada, who's also going to be in the Valencia area. And I will stop recording.